I'm a doctor, and I make videos that help you get better at being healthy. One of the most common questions people have about vitamins is whether they should take several vitamins every day, or is it okay to take them all together? The simple answer is yes. It's usually fine to take multiple vitamins at once. There are some exceptions, and we'll talk about those. But first, let's dig into why people wonder about this in the first place. Many of us have a few vitamins we take regularly, like a daily multivitamin. And then when we hear about a health issue in the news, like an outbreak of a virus, we think we should probably take something about that. So the number of bottles on our counter grows. Then we start wondering if all those vitamins, especially if they're all from different brands, will work together nicely inside our bodies. Think about it this way. Our digestive system, especially our small intestine, is really good at absorbing nutrients. It has the ability to break down food and absorb many different vitamins and minerals at the same time. When it comes to pills, it works the same way. Your stomach acids turns the pill into its individual parts, and those particles get absorbed all over the small intestine. This means that even if you take 5 or 10 pills together, your body can usually handle it without any problems. But what about taking too much of a specific nutrient? If you take a daily multivitamin and a separate vitamin D pill, won't you get too much of vitamin D? Well, here's where things get a bit more complicated. Each nutrient has a recommended dietary intake, which is how much we need to stay healthy. And each nutrient also has a tolerable upper intake level, which is how much we can take before we start having problems. The space between those two numbers is called the range of safe intake. And here's where our bodies do a little magic. If we have enough of a nutrient, our body will only absorb what it needs. Anything extra gets passed through and pooped out. This is why taking too much of a water-soluble nutrient like vitamin C or B12 can be less of a problem than taking too much of a fat-soluble nutrient like vitamin A or D. With water-soluble nutrients, whatever isn't used gets flushed out. With fat-soluble nutrients, it tends to build up in our tissues. That's why it's important to be careful with supplements containing fat-soluble nutrients. Let's go back to that vitamin D example. Most daily multivitamins contain about 600 international units of vitamin D. Now, if you take a daily multivitamin and a supplement that contains 10,000 international units of vitamin D, that's 600 international units total. The tolerable upper intake level for adults is 10,000 international units per day. So in that situation, you'd want to have that 10,000 international units of vitamin D, but your body would get rid of the extra 400 international units. That being said, it is possible to take so many vitamins and minerals that you end up with an imbalance. For instance, some multivitamins have iron in them, and if you also took a separate iron supplement, you could end up with too much iron. Too much iron can damage the liver and other organs, so it's smart to keep track of what you're taking. You can use a pill organizer, which I actually really like because it makes it easier to see which days you've taken your pills and which days you haven't. You can also check out some online tools. I'll link to a couple in the description below. They let you type in the name and dose of each vitamin you're taking so you can see if you're getting too much or too little of any specific nutrient. Here are 3 situations where you might want to take your vitamins separately. Some medications have this little thing called a dissolution profile. It basically describes how fast the medication dissolves in liquid. If a vitamin or supplement has a bad dissolution profile, it can make it harder for your body to absorb. So you may have better luck taking it separately from your other pills. 2. Certain nutrients can block the absorption of other nutrients. For instance, high doses of zinc can block the absorption of copper. So it's a good idea to space those out through the day or take them separately. And 3, if you know you have a problem with heartburn or acid reflux, It can be helpful to take your vitamins separately, too. That way you can watch which pill makes your stomach hurt and maybe switch up the order you take them in. So in general, yes, it's usually okay to take multiple vitamins at the same time. Watch out for mixing medications and supplements with iron in them, like multivitamins, because too much iron can be dangerous. Check out a pill organizer or an online tool to make sure you are not taking too much or too little of any specific nutrient. And take your vitamins separately if you have trouble with heartburn. If you know some of your vitamins don't dissolve well in liquid, or if you know that certain nutrients in the vitamins you are taking can block each other's absorption. And remember, you don't need a bunch of different pills to be healthy. In fact, it's usually best to keep it simple. Just make sure you're eating a balanced diet and taking a daily multivitamin, and then add in any other vitamins or supplements one at a time. That way you can watch how your body reacts to each one. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. I'll see you next time. Should we take vitamins at the same time or separately? It's a question that comes up a lot. And the answer, well, it's not as simple as one might think. You see, dear friends, vitamins are like tools in a toolbox. Each one has its own job. Vitamin D helps us absorb calcium. Vitamin B12 supports our nerves and energy. Vitamin C keeps our immune defenses ready. But just like tools, if you use them together in the right way, they can help you build something strong. And if you use them in the wrong way, they might just get in each other's way. So, should we combine them? The answer isn't a simple yes or no. It's about balance, timing, and listening to our bodies. Let's break this down into 3 gentle steps. Step 1, know what your body truly needs. Not everyone needs every vitamin. If your diet already includes leafy greens, fish, nuts, and fruits, you might already be getting some of what you need. For example, taking both a high-dose multivitamin and separate high-dose vitamin C might be unnecessary. Think of it like watering a plant. More water doesn't always make it grow faster. Sometimes it just spills over the pot. Step 2, understand which vitamins like each other and which don't. Some vitamins work better together. For example, vitamin D and calcium are a friendly pair. D helps your body absorb calcium more efficiently. On the other hand, certain minerals like calcium and iron can compete with each other, meaning if you take them at the same time, your body might absorb less of both. A small change, like taking calcium in the morning and iron later in the day, can make a difference. Step 3, listen to your body's gentle signals. If combining certain vitamins gives you an upset stomach, nausea, or strange fatigue, it's your body's way of saying, slow down, please. Sometimes, spacing out your supplements or taking them with food can help. For example, fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K prefer a small amount of healthy fat in your meal, like olive oil or avocado. Of course, it's always wise to check with your healthcare provider before making big changes, especially if you take medication. That way, you're not just guessing, you're building a plan that's safe for you. So how about a sample plan for taking vitamins? Here's a simple approach that many people find helpful. Morning, multivitamin or vitamin D+, calcium with breakfast. This can help support bone health and provide you with essential nutrients to start your day. Afternoon, vitamin C or B complex with a light snack. Taking vitamin C can boost your immune system and give you energy. The B complex helps with metabolism and reduces tiredness. Evening, omega-3 or magnesium with dinner. Omega-3 cells support heart health and brain function, while magnesium aids in relaxation and sleep. Remember, this is a general guide. Your personal needs might be different based on your age, lifestyle, diet, and health conditions. For instance, athletes or those who sweat a lot might benefit from additional electrolytes like potassium, magnesium, and sodium. Pregnant women often need more folic acid and iron. Older adults may require more vitamin D and calcium for bone health. And here's a bonus tip. Don't forget the power of whole foods. Many of these vitamins and minerals are found naturally in the foods we eat. So focus on a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Supplements should complement your diet, not replace it. Taking care of ourselves isn't about complex rules, but about making informed choices that help us thrive. It's about finding what works best for you, your body, and your life. By understanding a bit more about the vitamins, their interactions, and how they affect us, we can make better choices. So keep learning, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep listening to the wisdom of our bodies. They know what they need, and we're here to help guide them along the way. Thank you for watching. There's so much talk about what we should be doing, what we should be eating, what we shouldn't be eating, what exercises we should be doing, what age we should start exercising, etc. It's a lot, isn't it? It really is a lot. Here's what I think. Our bodies are like gardens. Each vitamin, each healthy habit is a seed we plant. But it's not about planting every seed you can find in the whole wide world. It's about choosing the right ones, giving them the right space, and tending to them with care. It's not about being too late or too early. It's about starting where you are and moving forward at your own pace. You know, I've met people in their 40s, 60s, even 80s who've told me, I wish I had started taking care of myself earlier. But you and I know it's never too late. Every morning is a fresh page. Every choice, a little walk after breakfast, a glass of water before coffee. Spacing out your vitamins wisely is another way of telling your body, hey, I still care for you. So when we say it's never too late, we really mean it. And we want to encourage all of you out there to keep trying. Don't let setbacks get you down. We all have those days. The key is to learn from them and move on. Remember, it's the small steps that make the biggest change. So don't focus on the end goal. Focus on today. What small step can you take today to become healthier and happier? Maybe it is just choosing to walk a bit more, or eating a little better, or taking your vitamins more consistently. These are all wins. Celebrate the small victories because they're the building blocks of a healthier, happier you. You know, we often hear stories of people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, or even later saying, I wish I had taken better care of myself earlier. But here's the thing, it's never too late to start. Yes, age is a number, but it also represents years of living, of experiences, of stories. And every year is different. Just because you're in your 40s doesn't mean you can't start taking care of yourself better. Everyone's journey is unique. Some folks start in their 20s, some in their 30s, some in their 60s, or even later. It doesn't matter when you start. What matters is that you start when you're ready. And here's the beautiful thing about life. You can always find reasons to keep going, to keep trying, to keep believing in yourself. When you start feeling good, when you start seeing progress, no matter how small, it becomes a motivation to do more. Your body becomes your garden. Your vitamins, your healthy habits, your exercises, they're all seeds you sow in that garden. And just like a garden, some seeds need more care than others. Some may need more water, some more sunlight. Some might need a little help to germinate. Similarly, some vitamins might need a little help to be absorbed better. When we talk about spacing your vitamins, we're talking about giving your body the best chance to absorb them. It's not just about taking them. It's about maximizing their benefits. Think of it like this. Your stomach is like a little pole. When you eat, especially protein-rich foods, your stomach acids start mixing with them, kind of like adding ingredients to a recipe. Now, if you pour a bunch of different vitamins into this mix at once, some might not get properly dissolved. That's why spacing your vitamins helps. It gives each vitamin its own space, its own time to get dissolved properly. Then your body can absorb them better and use them to make you stronger, healthier, and happier. Remember, age is just a number. It's a marker of time, of experiences, of stories. It doesn't define your health or your abilities. You can always find reasons to start, to keep going, to keep believing in yourself. You're not too late. You're just beginning a new chapter. A chapter filled with possibilities, with opportunities to make new choices, to try again, to keep believing in yourself. Keep going. Age doesn't take away our ability to grow. It simply teaches us how to grow wiser, slower, and with more love for ourselves. If this conversation has helped you today, I'd be so glad if you stayed with us for more gentle health talks. We can walk this wellness path together, one small step at a time. Thank you.